ऐसी भक्ति वेदांता स्वामी शिला प्रभुपाद की जय, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय, नामाचार्य शिला हरिदास ठाकुर की जय, ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। Hare Krishna, I would like to welcome you all for our today's Srimad Bhagavatam class. Today we are reading from Canto 4, chapter number 2, entitled as Daksha Curses Lord Shiva, and today we're going to learn from text number 32. Nothing here on the board. It's not turning on. Okay, you can use your phone, it's not a problem. Tad Brahma Paramam Shuddham Satam Vartama Sanatanam Vigrahaya Yata Pashandam Devam vo yatra bhutarat Tad Brahma Paramam Shuddham Satam Vartama Sanatanam Vigrahaya Yata Pashandam Devam yo yatra bhutarat. Please. Tad Brahma Paramam Shuddham Satam Vartama Sanatam Vigrahaya Yata Pashandam Devam yo yatra bhutara. Tad Brahma Paramam Shuddham Satam Vartama Sanatanam Vigrahayata Pashandam Devam yo yatra bhutarat. Tad Brahma Paramam Shuddham Satam Vartama Sanatanam. I think internet is down. Oh. Satam Devam vo yatra bhutarat Tad Brahma Paramam Shuddham Satam Vartama Sanatanam Vigrahaya Sarasastam Devam yo yatra bhutara. Word meaning that Brahma Veda, Paramam supreme, Shuddham pure, Satam of the saintly persons, Vartama path, Sanatanam eternal, Vigrahaya blaspheming, Yata should go, Pashandam to atheism, Devam deity, Vaha your, Yatra where, Bhutarat the Lord of the Bhutas. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. By blaspheming the principles of the Vedas, which are the pure and supreme path of the saintly persons, certainly you followers of the Bhutapati, Lord Shiva, will descend to the standard of atheism without a doubt. Purport. Lord Shiva is described here as Bhutarat, the ghost, and those who are situated in the material mode of ignorance are called Bhutas. So Bhutarat refers to the leader of the creatures who are in the lowest standard of the material modes of nature. Another meaning of Bhuta is anyone who has taken birth or anything which is produced. So in that sense, Lord Shiva may be accepted as the father of this material world. Here, of course, Bhrigumuni takes Lord Shiva as the leader of the lowest creatures. The characteristics of the lowest class of man have already been described. They do not bathe, they have long hairs on their heads, and they are addicted to intoxicants. In comparison with the path followed by the followers of Bhutarad, the Vedic system is certainly excellent, for it promotes people to spiritual life as the highest eternal principle of human civilization. If one decries or blasphemes the Vedic principle, then he falls to the standard of atheism. Om Jnana-timirandasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadai Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Shri Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Shri Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishwabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nitinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharne Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashati Deshatarne Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Shri Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, everybody. So by understanding the title of the chapter itself speaks so much what has happened. The person who understands the position of Lord Shiva, he wouldn't even do that. Okay? Because this is happening in the beginning of the creation. Daksha Prajapati is one of the Prajapati, or very prominent. Okay? Enviness is a part of this material world. It is one of the software. When you're trying to get into this material world, you have been downloaded by so many softwares. Lust, anger, greed, envy, illusion, madness, so many are there. They are unlimited. So envy is one of there. It's one of the prominent. Even though it's been seen in the higher, inhabitants, especially in a higher loka, anywhere. It's been anywhere. But in this chapter, we can see how being envious of the position of Lord Shiva, the person who don't understand Lord Shiva, they do blaspheme him. Even though he is a demigod, but he is also Vaishnavanam Yatha Shambhu. He is supreme among all the Vaishnavas. Thus we understand in Srimad Bhagavatam. Nimnaganam Yatha Ganga. Devanam Achito Yatha. Vaishnavanam Yatha Shambhu Purananam Idam Tata. That means among all the river, Ganges is the best. Among all the Devas, Achyuta, Lord Krishna is the best. Among all the Vaishnava, Lord Shiva is the best. And among all the Puranas, Srimad Bhagavatam Purana is the best. So Vaishnava, he's the topmost Vaishnava. Not understanding his spiritual quality exalted. Sometimes we have seen that some people don't have a better understanding, a maturity of spiritual knowledge. They take out their number of years they are spending in their spiritual life. They start considering themselves, they are so senior. They're so highly elevated people, but that's not the case. Okay? In here, Daksha, he thinks he's my son-in-law, which is because he gave his daughter Sati to Lord Shiva. So as a father-in-law, he thinks, I am playing the role of a father because Shiva's wife is my daughter, so I am his father. So in that sense, I am superior to Lord Shiva, which is materially, it's fair. But he forgot his spiritual position also. He saw everybody is just getting up and they're paying respect to me, they're paying obeisances and they're glorifying. How come? Even, okay, Lord Brahma is my father, he shouldn't have to get up, but how come Lord Shiva has not get up? to respect me, to honor me. So he start cursing them. And once he curses, he leaves. And once he leaves, then is a counter curses happen. The followers of Lord Shiva, Nandishvara, and many other, they curses the Brahmana curses to them, back and forth, it's just going on. So that way, it's very, very careful. A person should not be seen by number of years. Yes, materially we do see, but we also see how advanced he is spiritually. Sukadeva Goswami, he was just merely 16, 17 years old, but he was speaking the Bhagavatam, and in his audience, who were sitting? His spiritual master, and his spiritual master. Narad Muni was sitting, Vyasdev was sitting, and many other exalted devotees were sitting, because he was being honored on the position of that seat, highly elevated seat, because he was spiritually very, very elevated. And same thing here, Lord Shiva was highly very educated or advanced in his spiritual understanding. He didn't even recognize what is happening in the arena. Externally, he just sitting there, but internally, he was meditating at the lotus feet of Lord Shri Krishna. He didn't even notice that Daksha has come to the arena. He just aloof from all material functioning. Okay? And by seeing that, he got upset. That's what it is, the nature. Whoever has taken birth in the material world, they are always envious. Until unless you take up the Krishna consciousness, and that is also seriously. We have seen people practicing also Krishna consciousness for 50 years, 40 years, but still they have fear in the heart by seeing that someone is junior to us, how is so advancing or going very fast in spiritual life, and they become envious. And they start putting many more, conspiracy against that person to defame him. Not understanding why is he doing that. Now, we need to become on the understanding by taking the example or the case studies of the Srimad Bhagavatam. So beautifully had been described and illustrating us and setting an example that the thing you are going through, that has been already done in the past. So you have to watch out your spiritual life. So here, in this verse and yesterday's verse, they are linking together. And why linking together? Because in verse number 30, because today we read text number 32, in text number 30, here Bhrigu, he is counteracting. What is that counteracting? Because Nandishvara, he is saying, you Brahmana, you follow the Vedic scripture, you don't even know how to respect the other people, and so forth, he said. And what Bhrigu Muni has answered? Bhrigu Muni continued, since you blaspheme the Vedas, because they are blaspheming the Vedas, and the Brahmanas who are followers of the Vedic scripture, it is understood that you have already taken the shelter of doctrine of atheism. So this point and today's verse is explaining those people who blaspheme the Vedic literature, they have been considered as atheism or atheist. They are following the doctrine of atheism. There are so many religions, there's no point to taking their name here personally while sitting on the Vyasasana. So we can understand those people who are not following the Vedic scripture, they are being considered atheist. They are being considered as atheists. Why? Because straight away they are declining the words of Lord Krishna, because the Vedas are not different from Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna says, they have come from my mouth. The first Srimad Bhagavatam was spoken by Lord Vishnu to Brahmaji, which is Krishna. So that's where it's further been explained, and many other Vedic scriptures. Tene Brahma Hirdaya Adi Kave. I gave the supreme Vedic knowledge in the heart of Brahma, and furthermore Brahma, he distributed to everybody. Narad Muni to Vyasdev, and many other. It just came forward. So there's no difference between by Vedic scripture. It's also been called, she's Ved Mata. She's also been Ved Mata. She's the Mata, the mother, is giving you information about the Pita, which is father. And if she's giving you, then how come you straightaway cut the words of the Veda? I don't believe it. When we go for preaching in the home programs and many other people, and when we quote, Bhagavad Gita says like this, Srimad Bhagavatam says like this, Padma Purana says like that, I don't believe it. I don't trust whether it's true or not. No, it's not you believe it or don't believe it, it doesn't care. Directly or indirectly, we are blaspheming the words of Lord Krishna. If you read out the Vedic scriptures gives enlightenment or the information to every kind of people. Have you seen the colors? We say the different shades of colors. What does it mean, different shades of colors? If you have been to Home Depot or many other parts where you can go and buy the paints, before buying the paint, they have got a booklet. Okay? When you open the booklet, that booklet has got many shades. If you're looking for a red has got many shades, and they have got their codes in there. Coding is there. This is coding, and black, white, blue, mixture. There's so many shades are there. So there's so many shades of people are here in this material world. Not everybody stands on a same level of intelligence or understanding. Some people, they grab the knowledge in a one go. Some people take second time, third time, fourth time, fifth time, sixth time. Some people take a lifetime. They don't even understand. Why? Because the different level of understanding is that because everybody is individual. Every jiva, every spirit soul is individual by nature. They have individual quality, individual nature, individual liking and disliking. Okay? For the Vedas, because Lord Krishna as a father, he understands the nature of every single living entity. He does understand. Because he is always with them. He is residing. Nityo nityanam chetanas chetananam. Eko bhavda yo vidadati kaman. Among all the living entity, he is the supreme living entity. And he is taking care of everybody. So he knows everyone's business. Prabhupada says that we are in this body, we are individual. Krishna is also with us in this body, but he is also in a form of Paramatma in other living entities. So you know about your body may be very minute. Krishna knows about you and he about others also. So he knows who is standing on what level. That's why he gave the Vedic information. He says, okay, if you like to do like this, please go for it. You practice this and elevate yourself to the next step. And if you come to next time, come to third, come to fourth, which we get the information in Bhagavad Gita chapter 12, the devotional service. Have you seen the hierarchy? 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. These are the shloka. Okay, the first is you worship me with your full heart, with pure devotional service. If you can't do this, do that one. If you can't do this, do that one. If you can't do that one, do that one. If you can't do that one, do this one. Everything has been great over there. It's only for one purpose. To elevate the consciousness of every different soul. You bring yourself up. One time I just heard one of the lecture where this Maharaj was telling that when we take up the process of Krishna consciousness, because we know this is the highest, the authority is highest, the goal is highest, the process is highest, we know everything. But due to our immaturity, we start criticizing other processes also. We think, oh, this person, he's just doing some kind of a karma kanda, this is not bona fide. No, it is bona fide. It is bona fide because he's following the Vedic scripture. For according to his taste, according to his liking and disliking, he wants to enjoy this material world. So he's following certain kind of sacrifices. So he's not doing anything wrong because he's not doing the perfect, which is he's not worshipping the Lord, that is good. But other thing, he's following something. He's not like completely atheist. So we start criticizing everybody. Oh, because the worship of Lord Shiva, the worship of Lord Ganesha, the worship of Durga Devi, and many other different demigods are mentioned there. People, if they want to enjoy this world, they do follow certain vidhis, certain process to fulfill their material desire. Such as, you see, in India, or if you know that, some people do fasting on Monday. What for? For Lord Shiva. What for? To have some material gain. Some people do on Tuesday. But for whom? Hanumanji. What for? Some kind of material things. Then Wednesday is also there. Thursday is also there. Friday, Saturday is a day of Saturn, Shanidev. People say, okay, you do some donation, you do some dan, you do some like something, and then your all problems will go away. Then you can enjoy this material world. No, we should not criticize. We should see them. The person he has not come to the level of a proper understanding, which is anya abhilashita sunyam jnana karma adi anavrita. Means we have to remove all our desire. Keep only one desire, that we have to serve the Lord with our pure heart. That is the higher understanding. But if some people are doing it, do not criticize them. You can help them to elevate gradually, because nothing happens over the night. Everything takes time. Everything takes time. Nothing happens because we need to make our foundation strong. If taking one step ahead, Prabhupada always says, he's one of the best thing I have heard, for my learning. He says, if you're going to take a next step further, make sure your previous step is strong, or your first step is strong also. Because otherwise, once you leave the previous one and takes the first one, make sure you have all the information about it. Otherwise, if you take the first one and you lift the previous one, then you are imbalanced and you will fall down. So we need to have a proper understanding. Being as an expert preacher, we need to always say, okay, people are not on the same level. I was also not like them. Somebody helped me. I was also gradually elevated. I chanted every day. I'm reading. I'm serving every day as the best of my capacity. I'm growing. So I need to help others also. Because the fourth offense towards the holy name is what? To blaspheme the Vedic literature in pursuance to the Vedic version. We should not. We should not. Like, give you another example. A science is a subject, okay? A science is a full understanding of a subject when you do something PhD. But if someone has taken enrollment in a first class, second class, fifth class, sixth class, the level of understanding the subject science is different than what the person is doing on the PhD level. He's gradually elevating. He understood the class when he was, what do you say here, grade or class A? What do you say here, grades? First grade, second grade? Yeah, grades, yeah. When you're doing the first grade, the understanding of science is different than what we have in a PhD level. Then he advances, he understands the basics, make the foundation clear and strong. Then he comes to second grade, third grade, fifth grade, sixth grade, seventh grade, eighth and ninth, and then he goes to the PhD level. But if the person on the PhD level, he understands, oh, you people don't know anything science, yeah, but what are you doing is bogus. It's not bogus. He has started on the path. He has started walking onto the path. So he's understanding everything from the beginning. That's where he can understand and he can help others also. Because because if you see, knowingly, unknowingly, in our daily life, we are doing all these offenses. All the 10 offenses. But the major, we are doing the first one. Knowingly or unknowingly, or I would say it's knowingly we are doing it. Because we just want to show our power. I am on a great position. I know I can do it. You need to worship me. No, Prabhupada never did. Prabhupada empowered everybody. Prabhupada understands everybody, the position. No problem. He was always forgiven. But at certain time, when he see the person I have taught him many times, he's not listening, that's where the expert teacher or a loving father give a kind time of a little punishment just to make him understand. But still, he was so merciful, especially here, if you see in the Western world. He didn't tell everything. One time, one of the disciples of Srila Prabhupada said, Srila Prabhupada, have you given us all the rules and regulations of practicing spiritual life? Prabhupada says, no. If I gave, you will faint. If I gave you just the minimal, so you can elevate yourself. You can elevate yourself. And other thing, someone asked, Prabhupada, is that by following the 4 regulative principles, is that what we have become devotee? Prabhupada said, no. You have become human. And while being on the human platform, when you practice this, then you will become a devotee, because it's a long way to go. We are not, one sense we call ourselves, we are a devotee, but the Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita says, actually we are not. We are aspiring to become devotee. We don't even know what is the definition of a devotee, what a devotee does. We don't know. We are aspiring. We are on the path to be. When we see the pastimes of the great acharyas, then we understand we are nowhere nearby here. We are nowhere nearby here. We need to follow. We need to appreciate everybody. Those who are practicing. Yes, if someone is out of context, like out of Vedic scriptures, which Bhagavad Gita himself says, chapter 16. यह शास्त्र विधिम उत्तरसिज्य वर्तते काम कथा न सा सिद्धिम अवापनोति न सुखम न पराम गतिम. The person who discards the instructions of the Vedic scriptures and acts mentally and whimsically, na sukham na param gatim. He will not be happy and he will not achieve the supreme destination, which is going back to Godhead. He will be always there. And personally, in 2001 and 2002, I don't know if you aware about that. During this period, July and August, we call it rainy season in India. It's called Sawan. Okay. During this period, the devotees of Lord Shiva from all over the like India, other states. Like I was from North India, we go to Haridwar or Rishikesh. Okay. We take the Ganges water in a bottle. Okay, we call it kawad. Kawad is like a bow, okay, or like a bamboo. You just put it on your shoulder and you hang a 5 kg or maybe 6 kg, water of Ganges front and back, and you walk from Haridwar to your native place. Okay, and there you go and you put the water, which is Ganges, on a shivling, and I did it twice. And I did it twice, and during those practice, because it took us, it's like 300 and something kilometers from Haridwar to where I live, and we walked for 6-7 days, like 14 hours, 16 hours, like 80-90 kilometers every day. We were just walking like this. Okay, there was a sore in the sole, my feet sole, and there is many other problems were there because we were just walking. What? Because we all have material benefit. I have seen my friends, those who are senior and their father are doing just to fulfill their material desire. I said, let me also go. I didn't have any material desire, but I just want to have an experience. And I saw during the path, everybody, they walk with some intoxication in majority, because during those paths, when you cross the forest, when you cross the village and city, you see on the side there are some weed grass grow. So what they used to do, they used to rub their hand in the weed leaves, just to make it more green. When it became green, just take the dirt out and they mix it with the cigarette and they smoke it. And mostly people, they just take ganja, opium, and some cigarette, because when they're intoxicated, so they can walk more. And I was thinking, man, wow. And I just asked the person, I said, Prabhu, you are doing something very spiritual here. You came all the way, took your day off from your work. You came to Ganges there. You took and Ganges is very pure. And you are going to put this, Ganges water on the shivling. And in between, you are just taking, like intoxication. He says, Lord Shiva also did for the benefit of the whole world. He took the poison. Like if halal wish. If you read in Canto 8, when these demigods and demons, when they were churning the ocean, the first thing came out, it was the halal wish, the poison. He says for the benefit of the poison, the demigods approached Lord Shiva. They first approached Lord Vishnu. He says, no, go to Lord Shiva. Okay, because he wanted to glorify his Lord. Lord Shiva took for the benefit of, poison. But when the nectar came, see the condition of the materialistic people. They didn't even ask Lord Shiva, would like to have some nectar or not. They only gave him the poison. But he took that poison for the welfare of the humanity. He says, we are also taking the poison for the because we want to get rid of all these weeds. He said, what kind of a funny logic it is, you want to remove. He took, but he hold the poison here in his neck. That's why he's been called Neelakantha. Neela means blue, Kantha means neck. It's a blue neck. Lord Shiva's another name is Neelakantha. There's a Neelakantha is also there in Rishikesh and Haridwar. If you see that, I have been there. I mean, so many people goes there just to get some material desire to be fulfilled. But you can see, but he himself is not in a mode of ignorance. He's so merciful. Vaishnavas are so merciful, so merciful. Why he's been called as a Vaishnavanam Yathashambhu? That nobody gives the shelter to anybody. He gives the shelter to those people. He's been called Bhutarath. Those people who are full of mode of ignorance, full of intoxicated. We can see in our Brooklyn Street down here, when we walk here, people are so dull. They are just, sleeping in their own urine and stool, and they smell like hell, such a bad there. And that's what happens, if you go in India and other places also. These people's long hair, long beard, ganja, not taking bath. These people, Lord Shiva says, nobody will accept you, I will accept you. You come in and take my shelter. Completely out of, but that does not mean he is one of them. If you see Srila Prabhupada, when he came here 55 years ago in this material, America, he gave the shelter of those people, those who were rejected by the society, which we call them hippies. Okay, he gave them the shelter. He tolerated them. He made them clean. He just taught them how to wear the dhoti, how to do the head shave, how to do the clean shave, beards, and how to wear a fresh cloth, everything. When you go to washroom, clean yourself, take bath, everything, every single thing Srila Prabhupada taught everything to everybody. Those who ever came, and he never rejected anybody. Some people may left him, but Srila Prabhupada never left him. No. Because he always remembered them. Many times we have seen many stories I have heard from Srila Prabhupada disciples that they say they have been left, but at the end of their life they saw Srila Prabhupada. They saw Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada has come to take them back to Godhead. If the pure devotee accepts your service, then you are safe. You are completely safe. But here, if you see, that's where the duty of Vaishnava, like Lord Shiva. When he heard, he didn't even spoke a single word to anybody. He kept quiet. He drank the poison of that harsh word. When his father-in-law, he chastised him, your eyes are like monkey, you never take bath, you live in the crematorium. Such a harsh word. How come, like if you're from India, the honor of son-in-law is super higher, super higher. Even the father chastised his own son to give the honor to his son-in-law. He's like a demigod, in India. A son-in-law is like a demigod in India. He's been respectable like anything. And if a little bit of dishonor is there, that's it. He gets upset, and there's a whole upside down in relationship. But here Lord Shiva didn't even say a single thing, because he's completely aloof from the honor and dishonor of this material world. Matasparsha stukonteya sitoshana sukha dukha daha agama paino anityas tamastitikshva bharata. After tolerating all this hard work, what was his best response? He left the arena very quietly. It says in the previous verses why he left, because he knew that both the party has come to that extent, they will also blaspheme my Lord Janardana. He says, I don't want to hear those ones. Okay, other party is also foolish, and my party is also foolish. They both are not understanding each other. Somebody has to be humble. There was one pastime there when this two party came to Srila Prabhupada, and they were complaining, oh, this did to me, this did to me, this did to me, and others says, no, he did this to me. And they say, Prabhupada, tell us who is wrong. Prabhupada said, you both are wrong. Because none of you are trying to become humble and take a position to solve this fighting. Because you are thinking you are superior, and they are thinking they are superior. So somebody has to take, with the spiritual understanding, take a step back and understand, okay, this person is angry, I should not put a fuel in the fire to make him more angry. He just tolerated, and he went back. And after he went back, and there's a more thing happens, back and forth. So there's so many lessons are there to learn, to elevate our spiritual life, and we need to be very watchful, very, very mindful. Ki our single step, even Sankarshan Das Adhikari Prabhu, he said, your 22 hours of your practicing of following these 10 holy names, 10 offenses what we are doing, it will help you next day to chant for 2 hours. your holy name. Because if you keep doing this for 22 hours and you think next day your mind will be peaceful to chant the holy name, no, it won't be. It won't be, because your 22 hours, your activity, it will help you to chant your next day rounds. And I have practiced this, I have also experienced this thing. I was thinking, one day I just locked myself, okay, no more talking to anybody, no more, blaspheming to the management here and there. And I see what happened next day. It was a wonderful chanting. I said, wow, that's very nice, I should. But that's only last 1 or 2 days. Then again, I just, back to my conditioned nature, started doing all these things. But no, this is the person who is aloof from this. Because why do we get angry on somebody, and why we are envious of somebody? Due to our consciousness being on the bodily platform, on our position. Sarva upadhi vinirmuktam. Even though Lord Shiva is the son of Brahma, he's still higher than Brahma in terms of his spiritual practice. But he never showed. Okay, few pastimes are there here and there, but for that one only happen under the supreme will of Supreme Lord, because he just want to set an example to the material world. If these people can be, drift away by the power of my Maya, so what to speak about you, minute living entity which are just rotting in the material world. Don't be puffed up. Any kind of a position comes, a power comes, a wealth comes, name and fame comes, we start thinking ourselves, we are equal to Krishna. Only just my presence, this temple is flourishing. Only just my presence, so many preaching programs happen. No, you are in illusion. Before you, somebody else was there. You are here by the blessings of the Lord, and in the future, somebody else will be there. The services are given to us to elevate ourselves spiritually, not to make a wrong to our spiritual life. Okay, so I just stop it here. If anybody has any questions or any comments or any reflections or feedback, I would like to answer them. Please.
I was just thinking a few points you said about position, how we're not supposed to be proud, and these things. I was just thinking about Lord Chaitanya himself, how he wasn't like aspiring to become super amazing sannyasi or something.
Yeah.
He was just doing his service.
Yeah.
And at some point he was just realizing that if I do this as a sannyasi, I can be more productive
Yeah.
in the service. So he wasn't doing it out of pride or something, but there was a need.
There was a need, definitely. Yeah.
And that was kind of a good example of my own spiritual master.
Yeah.
His expression.
Yeah.
He told us a few years ago, of course in like joking mode, but it has truth to it. He said, I skillfully try to avoid any jail position.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then at some point, he told us that he had the realization that he can help
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
He became a guru.
Yeah. Yeah.
More responsibility, but he can help more people.
Yeah. Yeah. Krishna awards. Yeah.
How are we supposed to take, if this award that
Yeah. Award. Yeah. The person who declines the position in an actual humble mode that he thinks he's not qualified and others are, he's the actually more qualified than others. Even if I've been to Dallas for Kirtan in May and I saw your spiritual master, Visheshika Prabhu, he was appointed to give a class because every day there's a new speaker is there to give Bhagavatam class. And Prabhu was about to go, just to sit on the stage, but he saw his god brother Mukunda Dutt Prabhu was there. And he just walked in, maybe he was not there. But he humbly says, no Prabhu, I will not go, you go there. And he gave his class to others. And in the background, we just make the plans, telling the person, can you put me on this festival day? Can you put me on this day? Because so many people will come, they will hear me. They want to know how great speaker am I. We need to be very, very humble, in our position. And Krishna, and that's where we get advanced, because position comes and go. In some way, Srila Prabhupada was right, that prestige is the only thing. Even though devotees, I have heard in one of the lectures, he says that even the devotees may get rid of illicit sex, intoxication, gambling, many other things. But there's one thing they hanker for or hook them off in this material world, that is a prestige. Prestige of being so-and-so disciple, practicing for 50 years, this and that. And I should get the first name, I should get the first garland to put on Prabhupada, first arti, this and that. Oh my God, it just, on and on and on and on. And because, okay, externally people do, but what's the point at the end of the life when your spiritual practice will be tested, then you will be the only one to hear the scores of your spiritual life throughout the whole day, Because your spiritual life will be tested at the time of your death. You may have, as I said many times, you may have many followers on Instagram, Facebook, and here and there, but those followers will not save you. Only Krishna will save you by seeing your sincerity by the time you're going to think about him. Yeah, Prabhu, please. Question or comments? Question.
You were mentioning about knowing and unknowingly offending.
Yeah.
I was reminded of the story of Rupa Goswami. He was laughing in ecstasy.
Yeah.
Then this Brahmana who was invalid, he took offense to that.
Yeah.
Such a great personality, Rupa Goswami.
Yeah.
He wasn't feeling ecstasy.
Yeah. His meditation broke.
Yeah, so now, in the case of us, every day in this world, people who maybe, devotees, may be going through different circumstances, and so on and so forth. And even if we are doing everything right on our side, we may unknowingly cause offense. So how do you protect yourself against unknowing offense?
See, we are the practicing sadhaka. I have asked this question long time ago to one of my senior. And if you're doing the deity worship to the Lord, after worshipping everything, there is a verse we chant. What is that verse? Do you know? To avoid the offenses. We chant one word, Kriya Hinam. Yeah, those things. Why do we chant this? During my service to you, my Lord, is there any offense I have committed bodily or by chanting, grossly, subtly, or mentally? I beg my pardon kindly, because I am a condition, so I did my best to serve you. In a similar day, they told me, when you go to the bed, you pay obeisances to your spiritual master and glorify them. It was by your mercy I was able to do some contribution spiritually in the movement of Srila Prabhupada, and I know I have committed many offenses, please kindly pardon me. Because that they told me you need to do every night. That's what I do every night. If the Rupa Goswami, because it is one of the first time there, of course, he's our acharya. Krishna made him as an instrument to set an example or a learning for us, for the upcoming people. If he can be offended by that, then what to speak of? Because offenses are there, because we are, human is an error. We are in this material world, we do offenses, okay, we do mistakes, but there is a solution also. But those mistakes or those offenses has been done intentionally, I don't think so is there any solution for this, except if the Vaishnava forgives you. If you go to the Vaishnava and says, sorry, I did so and so, and they forgive you. But if the person doesn't do so, then you need to wait for the mercy. Or they says, if you don't know, if you haven't done any offenses to anybody, you don't remember, so try to serve every Vaishnava, or serve the person. Do your best to serve the person. If you are envious, I just heard, I don't know who says that, Halda Swami Maharaj says, somebody, he says, if you are envious to the person, you know that you don't like the person, you serve the person. Knowingly or unknowingly, you just serve the person, and that envy will go away. But it will be there, what to do, It will be, because we are part of this material. That's my answer, if anybody has anything to add on to it.
I was just also thinking if, you try to do your best, not to commit offenses and someone to be independent,
Yeah.
Because even if, you know, like I come out and say, oh, I'm sorry, honey, I feel like I offended you. Because you have to implicate the emotion in this. If you feel like, because you don't have to be sensitive to others' voices, and a person can tell you right away, oh, no, you didn't offend me, or you can tell them, okay, you actually did. So even this kind of action, you can figure it out, and then you can apologize more if it was, or if it wasn't, then you have to have harder.
Yeah. But that regret has to be genuine, 100% genuine. That yes, I have to apologize with the bottom of my heart. Some people, they do that, okay, Prabhuji, okay, I did mine, you did mine, okay, go. No, it's not like that, because I'm in the moment, I have to save my spiritual life, I have to forgive. No, you need to be a genuinely regret. Yes, I did something, I have to beg a pardon. If he does so, if he doesn't so, still I have to pay my obeisance and make sure next time we don't repeat it. If a person says, okay, I know the formula, come to the person, pay obeisances and just chant the mantra, vancha kalpa trubhata, but next time I'm going to do the more, because I know the formula, but it will not work. It will not, because the person is intentionally keep doing it. So do you think he will progress years after years? No, he will be the same. Yes, solution is there, but the solution has to be genuinely, yes, I did, unknowingly I did, or maybe knowingly I did, but make sure in next time I will not repeat it. Advancement has to be there, genuine regret has to be there, because you may express yourself externally, okay, I was apologized, but internally you're thinking, next time I will make a plan like this, that I will not put myself, but my work will be done. I may hurt him, but I will not put my name. But okay, you can do. Krishna is watching. If you're making a conspiracy to defame a devotee, and a person doesn't know who has done it, but Krishna knows who has done it, then get ready for the consequences in the future. You may lose your spiritual life. Or maybe Krishna says, okay, enough in the temple. I gave you so many chances, now you may go outside and just live in the world. There's so many things are there. So everything, so be honest when you're apologizing, and be honest with everything. Because ultimately, this is your spiritual life, it's in your hand, and you are going back to God. Your spiritual master guided you, Vaishnavas guided you, process is there, now it's up to us how honestly or sincerely we have to follow it. Yeah?
I was just, on your point on just at night, just making
Yeah.
prayer towards spiritual master, I was just thinking that another meditation would be, when we do our Gayatri, we have...
Do you Gayatri?
When we do Gayatri, we do it 3 times, I guess.
Yeah.
Three
Sunday.
in one sense, you can also think, by reminding yourself of the spiritual master 3 times a day, you can think about their example, and you can see how unoffensive they are. And I was hearing a class on this, on the Gayatri, and they were saying that you can just think about the example they lead in their Krishna consciousness.
Yeah.
And if we keep reminding ourselves of their example in Krishna consciousness, and how they walk around the world without any offense and like that, then actually we can, those qualities can be inculcated.
Yeah. Yeah, this is not the only solution, I tell you, because if this is the case, you need to consult with your spiritual master. What solution he gives? I tell you what, one of my friend in Melbourne, he did something to somebody for many years, okay, and the person, moved from the city, he went somewhere, but after many years, he realized I was not very nice to the person. So he was having a regret in his heart. So what should I do? There's no contact. I don't know where he or she is. Anyway, he went to his spiritual master, okay? And he opened his heart. I'm not able to get a taste in my service, my chanting. What should I do? I know I have done this thing to this person. So the spiritual master gave some other solution to that person. Make sense or not? I mean, I just asked to my, Siksha Guru, they gave me this answer. If you have other thing, you can consult with the spiritual master. Okay, I'm going through with this situation. What should I do? They may say, someone say, oh, Guru Maharaj, by mistake, I borrowed someone's $500, but I'm not able to find that person. So what should I do? And the solution that spiritual masters gave, he said, you go to the temple of Lord Krishna, give that $5 in the donation on the name of that person. Make sense or not? if you are thinking you are having a debt on your head or in your life that you need to give that person $500, but you can't find the person for many years, so on his name, give that donation to the Lord. I mean, this is one of the answer. One of the spiritual masters say. I'm not saying that. That's why any major thing happens, please consult with your spiritual master or any senior Vaishnava, those who are matured in their understanding, not like any new person maybe. Then better to have an authorized stamp on your practice. Okay, thank you so much. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai, Nitai Gaur.